Hello, and welcome to FairyFaeandThings, your one-stop shop for everything mystical, magical, and fantastical. And today, we will be making a stuck box doll! It's going to be Valentine's Day themed, and I'm super excited for this one, so let's just get into the video. I have a lot of headless bodies. Oh my gosh. These are so fun. I have so many. Look at this. Where are their heads? I don't know. Okay. I do have this Halloween and this not Claudine, Clear Denial. I'll figure it out. So I did decide on the Halloween doll, and that is because I want to turn this doll into a little Valentine's Day bear, and she already has ears. So I start by cutting off all of her hair, and I try to cut as close to the root as possible. The glue in her head was like really gross, so I just decided to skip that part, and now on to removing the face with 100% acetone nail polish. Now the first thing to go wrong, her like orange hair leaked on to my like board, and so I thought, hey, acetone could remove this. It also removes all the words. So I just went in and I'm removing her face, and we're gonna pretend like it's not there. Now we need to make these ears more bear-shaped. So I take scissors and I cut round-ish so it looks more bear-like, I guess. Then I pull out the epoxy sculpt. I'm going to use this to like smooth out her ears. I did have epoxy sculpt already in my like collection of stuff, so since this is a stock box doll, it counts. Also, please wear gloves when using epoxy sculpt. I did not because I wasn't thinking. Don't be like me. Think beforehand, get gloves, and use gloves. Once that's all dry, I go in with a very light pink paint and paint the inside of her ears. And then I go in with a mix of red and pink pastels and start blushing her body because we want her super pink and super cute. Then I go in with a watercolor pencil and start sketching out her face. I also thought it would be super cute to have her nose be a little heart. Then I start painting everything with a brown acrylic paint, going over her nose and her lips. Now on to the sort of second big mistake. I went in with this vermilion red color, which means it has orange undertones, and that was a mistake because her face looked really weird to me. So I went in with pink paint and I sort of made it a bit of an ombre, and then I later go in with a pencil to like make sure that it's a bit more like of a purple shade and not like an orange shade. And the catch lights are little hearts. So looking through my collection, I pulled up everything pink, white, lacy, and red, and these are the things I ended up wanting to use. Now, I did want to take you on this journey of everywhere I messed up. So right now, this is sort of the planning stage, and I'm trying to think of different tops that I think would look good. Some of them do, some of them do not. Eventually, I did end up wanting to use this red velvet to make a heart-shaped top. So I cut out a piece of paper that I want in the general shape, and then I glue it to the red velvet fabric, and then I glue the 2 ribbons, and then I later sew them because they kept popping off. So make sure to sew them. And then I just cut around, and I cut the back of the ribbon so that you can tie it in the back. And then after all that, I decided I didn't like it. So we're gonna go a different route. I found this white ribbon, and I thought if like I cinched it and then I added this like sheer fabric, it would look really, really cute. So I ran out of white thread and I used pink, and I think it looks really, really cute because it's like a little extra detail. So I'm taking that ribbon, the pink ribbon, and I am going to be sewing the pink lace underneath it. And then I'm turning that into a cute little skirt. Once that's all done, I use Velcro just to secure the skirt together. Now for what may be the hardest thing I'm about to attempt, I am going to make a jacket. So I kind of just eyeballed all of it. See, like I was constantly having the doll next to me and testing it out. And honestly, I didn't watch anything on how to make a jacket. I just like assumed, and I made one. Like, look at that, it's a jacket. So we're also adding fur to it, which I'm super excited about. Now, because I did want red, I decided to bring back the red velvet, and I cut little hearts to put on her elbows. Since this is a stock box doll, and I'm out of Warbler, we are just going to use her original shoes. So I go in and I start painting the bases white because my plan is to add fur so you won't even see the green. Now for her knee-high socks, and I'm super excited because I love knee-high socks. So I'm sewing it inside out onto the doll to make sure that they fit correctly. Then I just do the same on the other leg. Now time for the shoes. So my plan is to take the same fur I used for the coat and to sew it around her foot so it's like this giant leg warmer. And then I cut off the excess and flip it around. Oh, the shoes do not fit on her socked feet, so we're just gonna go no shoes. So now the leg warmers are her shoes. I also add red hearts to her knees, and here are all the hearts together. Now time for the hair. I am using yarn wefts that I made, and I also had leftover red and blonde hair strands, so I'm just using that. So for the bangs, you just apply some hot glue, and then you put the hair weft in the opposite way that you want it to flow. So in this thing, I'm gluing away from her head because I want to flip it around and turn them into cute little bangs. So I did want it to be sort of an older hairstyle, so I hot glue some of the remaining fluff from making the wefts so that I can create a sort of bump it. You know, those little things from the 2000s. Once all the gluing is done, I go in with a pipe cleaner to try and curl her bangs. Honestly, this worked out a lot better than I thought it was going to, so I am very happy that it did work out. And to make sure that everything sets, I dip it in hot water and then cold water because my leftover hair strands are nylon hair strands. So the plan for her hair is a cute little bob. So everything looks very round. I wanted her to look very rounded because she's a bear and her like motif is hearts. And I use gel to slick everything down. Yes, I do see that her nose chipped. I literally, this happens to like every doll ever, even when I use Mr. Super Clear. So I think that just proves that I need to be softer with my dolls. So I will be doing that. Now it's time to make the bag. I cut out a paper and then I cut out cardboard and then I go back in with that red velvet that I am gluing directly onto the cardboard. Another piece of cardboard around the same width as the ribbon, and I glue that down to be like to add width to the bag. Then I go in and I add red ribbon to the outside and the inside of the bag. So I am almost done and I realize that I did not add any of these cute little heart charms. So I'm trying to figure out a way to like make it like a bag charm or something, but no matter what I do, it won't work. And then I add this little heart in the center and I'm like, ooh, that looks really cute. So I go in with the same red ribbon that I used for the straps and I glue it into the center so that when I add the cute little pink charm, it makes it look like it's a lock. You know when you get a bag and it has a handheld and a longer strap to go around you? That's the plan with this bag, so I'm using the little red hearts for the handheld part. And now she's done. Thank you for watching. I had a really fun time making her. If you guys want to see more stock box dolls, or maybe like a doll made from like the dollar store or thrift store, please leave a comment down below. And if you like this content, please like, subscribe, and comment down below.